So I made red velvet brownies on my channel a few months ago and I promised to share the eggless version soon. So here I am sharing the eggless red velvet cheesecake brownies with you. We'll start by greasing this 8-inch pan with some melted butter or vegetable oil. I am also lining it with parchment paper, leaving extra on all 4 sides, which could function as handles to lift the brownies up once they're completely baked. I am also going to preheat my oven at 180 degrees Celsius. Now for the batter, I'll start by combining some maida, which is all-purpose flour, with some cocoa powder. Let's give this a quick mix and set this aside. Now in a large bowl, we'll cream some salted softened butter with some caster sugar. Using softened butter here ensures that it's easier to combine it with the sugar. This looks nice and smooth. Into this, I'm going to add in some homemade dahi or yogurt along with some vanilla extract. Into this, I'm also going to mix in some white vinegar, and at this stage your batter will look slightly curdled, but it'll come together, and for that I'm going to dump in the dry mix that we had set aside earlier and combine it in using a spatula. My batter has come together, and now to give it that bright red color, I am going to add in 3 teaspoons of liquid food color. My batter is ready. I am going to set this aside. It can keep sitting on the counter because we haven't added any kind of leavening agent like a baking powder or baking soda. And meanwhile, we'll start the work on our cheesecake layer. I am starting with some softened cream cheese. In case you can't get your hands on cream cheese, I have a video tutorial on my channel on how you can make it at home from scratch. I'll link it for you in the description box below. And now into this, I am going to add in some condensed milk, some vanilla extract and some corn flour. All I need to do is to whisk everything together to make sure it's nicely incorporated and completely lump free. Now that both our batters are ready, I am going to start by transferring the brownie batter into the pan first. And while doing this, make sure to reserve half a cup of batter aside because we'll be using it later. Next up is the cheesecake batter in a nice and even layer. And on top, I am going to add some dollops of the brownie batter that we set aside. Now using a skewer, let's make some red velvet swirls. My brownies are ready for the oven and I'll be baking them at 180 degrees Celsius for about 45 to 50 minutes. I made a batch earlier which is cooled completely, so I can now take it out of the pan and cut it into beautiful squares. So in case you missed out on making these red velvet cheesecake brownies earlier because you don't bake with eggs, I hope you will enjoy this recipe and share pictures on Instagram by tagging me at Shivesh17. I'll see you guys next week with another recipe. Until then, happy baking and take care.